Welcome back to the Doctor Who Retrospective. I'm Scotty, you're not, and we are looking at Rise of the Cybermen, which features the classic Doctor Who villain, the Daleks. No, I'm just kidding. Duh, of course, it's the Master. No, 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 no. It's the sea creatures, I forgot their name. Sea Devils. Remembered it. You remember. No, okay. Obviously, it's the Cybermen. But they go a different route with this. Instead of it just being, oh, look, the Cybermen are back, like, oh, look, the Daleks are back. Which they were creative with the Daleks, where it was like they were almost extinct, and then it was far into the future. Oh, that will kind of go away. But yeah, so the Doctor, Rose, and Mickey are traveling, you know. We do get a cold open with this guy named John Lumick, who's creating something. We do see a silhouette of a Cyberman, so we see that is coming. And then opening credits. And then we see that they're traveling, and then the whole thing just comes crashing down, and it is like completely nothing. Although we do find out that there is one light on, so it means there is power, so it's charging. And to anyone who got all pissed off when Ncuti Gatwa's doctor brought a butterfly back to life by going and it brought it back, which you could say that's regeneration energy, but the doctor basically takes a little light bulb and goes and makes it glow up. So shut up. Okay? Stuff like this has happened before. People get all up in arms about it now. I don't know. People getting pissed about the stuff in the new shows. Like there's a reason why stuff like this is happening. There was a guy I was having a conversation with, but he got all pissed about it. He's like, you can't just, step on a butterfly and things change. And I'm like, well, the doctor, he showed a clip, right, of the 10th Doctor, and you man, talking about, how do we go from this to this? And basically, in the explanation that the 10th Doctor gives, is there are fixed points, but there are still cause and effect stuff with time. So by stepping on that, it could happen. But that butterfly thing is a myth, right? So when the 14th Doctor invoked the grain of salt thing, they have to count. He invoked superstition at the edge of the universe, and that caused everything to go wibbly wobbly. That's why it's happening. And I explained that to him, and he said, "Oh, I understand it. I just don't like it." I'm like, "Why are you complaining? You were trying to put your point out there. You were wrong, and yet you still just defend it by saying, 'Oh, I don't like it.' Good. Don't like it, but don't bitch and complain about it when you're wrong about what's going on in the first place." Anyway, so now they end up in a parallel world. Because I love those kind of stories, right? And here, we find out that there are zeppelins in the sky. Everyone's got these earbud thingies. And Pete Tyler is still alive. He's back again. Yes. So, yeah. Eventually, both Rose and Mickey want to go exploring. Mickey just takes off because he's had enough of being the third wheel. He went on this journey, so he wasn't left behind. He wasn't the tin dog. He wasn't left behind, the guy they call when they need tech support. And he joined them, and he just still was the same third wheel because it's all about the Doctor and Rose. Even though they've only had one goddamn adventure, and none of that was the Doctor and Rose. I felt like you would need a few more episodes with Mickey traveling. Maybe this should have been the series finale, the series 2 finale, instead of in the middle of the season. You know? Where they were setting up Torchwood for that, but still, this was just kind of confusing. He's had one other adventure with them, and there was barely, And the Doctor was obsessed with Madame de Pompadour the whole time. There was barely any him and Rose. Now that's to us though. Who knows how much they've been traveling in between? Because things happen, I guess. But we never see that, so it's kind of weird. He runs off and he goes back to his grand's house because in our dimension, I always say that whatever we're watching, whatever dimension they're from, that's our dimension. So she slipped and fell down the stairs 5 years prior to this and died. So now she's alive now. So in this universe, she's also blind. And his name is Ricky here, apparently, and he gets taken by these guys we see before. So the John Lumick side of thing is he's trying to create something. He's in a wheelchair, and he's trying to create these Cybermen. I don't understand why, but he gets denied, and he gets all pissed, and that leads to the end of it. But like Pete Tyler works for him, apparently. This universe is Pete Tyler. And Ricky, not Mickey, but this universe's version of Mickey, Ricky is the leader of a group of freedom fighters, basically, along with the guy named Jake, who we don't really see that much, but you know. And yeah. So we do see some of Pete Tyler's home life before Rose gets there. Jackie is still Jackie, but she's rich snobby Jackie. And even though it's her 40th birthday, why do I doubt that that's really how old she was? She looked older than 40. That's fine. But she said, no, it's my 39th. Because women don't want to admit what their age is. So yeah, that's why they get the plastic surgery. And then it gets botched. And they don't use all this money they have to get it fixed. They think, I look fine. Looking like a big fish with giant lips. And my cheeks all, I'm beautiful. Every time I question these rich-ass people getting plastic surgery, I'll type it. I stopped doing it because I'll go on Twitter and type it, and then I get complaints. Oh, look at him. What does he know? Yes, I'm a fat, balding slob. Sure. I look better than half the people who get the botched plastic surgery, I tell you that much. They look better than... My left butt cheek looks better than half those people that get the botched plastic surgery. Okay? So suck it, internet. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I want M&M. Moment, please. Peanut butter. So, Jackie's spoiled rich. It's her 39th birthday party they're having. They don't have Rose. Rose is not their daughter. She's their dog. We do find out later that Pete and them are actually separated. They just haven't told anyone. So it still didn't work out. But the Doctor and Rose sneak into this party as help. And the Doctor eventually finds... Like, we see the John Lumick can control people with those ear pods. Freezing Jackie, and you get even a little thing. And here's the thing. I wish we didn't get that silhouette of the Cybermen. I wish we would have waited, because this thing happening would have given a hint to people, like, especially classic Who fans, like, oh, it's the Cybermen. You know, that could have been a big, oh shit moment. Whereas you just see the silhouette and you're like, oh, it's the Cybermen. I'm sure it wasn't as big of a, that it would have been here. But anyway, who knows? Yeah. So Mickey is taken and tries to learn out what's going on until he finds the other version of himself named Mickey. This causes problems. They're both the same. Kind of figure out, like, Ricky is trying to figure out this, why is his name different? I get it's probably a nod to the fact that the Ninth Doctor kept calling him Ricky. So in this universe, his name is actually Ricky. But again, this would have been funnier if the Ninth Doctor was still around. I told you you were Ricky. But now it's just... No. So the doctor's snooping around the party, and he finds the Cybus Industries, and then John Lumick didn't get his way. They said no to his project, and so he just went ahead. We find out earlier that they are collecting people to be processed and turned into Cybermen. Yep, that's what happened. They're homeless people, because no one's going to notice homeless people missing. I don't want to give them credit, but that's actually not a bad idea. I'm just saying, homeless people, you would notice. How many movies have we seen where they do that? Right? Homeless people get taken first for experiments. I'm just saying. Only movie that doesn't make sense is Terminator. Because the cops come as soon as that guy goes, "Yeah, you took my pants!" And the cops are chasing after him. And it's like, why would the cops go, "Who cares? You're homeless. Let's go." I don't know. Clearly, I don't feel that way personally, but a cop like that, why would the cops? I don't know. I don't know. Made myself laugh on that one. Who cares? You're homeless. Let's go. But yeah, the Cybermen attack the party and surround everyone. The doctor says, "Don't try to fight them because they're even more impenetrable. They get shot at and nothing happens. They're more impenetrable than the Daleks. Who are supposed to be nigh impenetrable, but you know." And they surrender, but they say they're incompatible. But we surrender. They're going to die. Ended part 1. Yes, this is a 2-part episode. Yes. This is shorter than they had been, but yeah. So the whole dilemma with Rose, I think she's traveled enough with the doctor to know not to do this. Like, it's like she's just forgotten everything about Father's Day. Like, I know this isn't traveling through time, but it's not her world. When the doctor says, "It's not your world, don't worry about it," she's like, "Okay," and then they do nothing. Immediately, nothing would happen, but it still could. Here's the thing. Maybe she stays behind to help the doctor, and Mickey doesn't come back when he's supposed to. Mickey takes off, says, "I'm going to go explore. I got no one here." You know, he fights his grand. He gets taken. He doesn't come back. So they go to explore, and he finds, they connect it to, they happen to connect it to this mansion where they live. So they have to get involved. Maybe. I just think that writing Rose this way diminishes her character development from Father's Day, where it's like she accepts her father is gone and she doesn't need to latch on to him anymore, But no, they just went with, "Oh, look, she sees her dad and she runs after him." Kind of gets rid of the character development from the other one now, doesn't it? Yeah. And also, you can be a little nitpicky and say, "Well, the doctor said that the TARDIS is destroyed, there's no way." And then, like, 10 minutes later, he finds a little light and says, "Oh, we can get back. We just have to wait." A little bit of a cop-out. But, 10 minutes later isn't as bad as going through this 2-parter and then, "Oh, we can't get home." And they're like, "Look, it's a light." Whole thing pops up. Last minute fix. Right? So it tells you they have a timeline until everything... I never washed my arm. I was cleaning out the air conditioner. A time frame when days get done. So, yeah, I think it's a good start. Like I said before, I used to zone out on these episodes. I was cleaning out the air conditioner, so maybe I'm missing some cue parts, but I was listening to what was going on during this. So, but no. We shall see in conclusion, but I do think this is a decent episode. Probably not as good as the last 2, but it's still on par. Like, it's hard to judge one part of a 2-part story. Like, let's say I just judged a 2-part story on Bad Wolf. And said, "Bad Wolf is just a stupid game show episode." Right? And I didn't, and I said, "Well, that's as good as this is going to be." but then the second part, the parting of the ways, which is drastic, I mean, Batwolf's not a bad episode, but the parting of the ways is much better, especially how we say goodbye to the Doctor and everything. You put them together, and they're a pretty decent two-parters. Well, I'm saying you can't just judge it by one part, but it is a decent start. So, what are your thoughts on Rise of the Cybermen? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.